Hello, everyone. This is Sabbir with Century 21 Innovative Realty Inc., broker, owner. I am so excited to be in the second volume of Empowering Women to Succeed from Burnout to Victory. And actually, I'm even more excited because we have an online launch that is taking place on May 10th. And the live launch, which I certainly would love everyone to join me, will be on Saturday, May 28th. I certainly would appreciate that you can come out to that day, support my book launch, and read my chapter and my story and my journey that I've had. But today what I want to really talk about is fear. Fear is something that we all encounter. Fear is something that have held us back. Fear is something that, we need to overcome, because I believe to be successful, we need to really encounter fear. Fear is something that is, it's an imagined fear that provides us a dangerous scenario where there really isn't an opportunity for personal harm, but it feels like there is. Fear is something that we need to remove. And I just want to use a scenario, for instance, the scarecrow scenario. I mean, for instance, I can say for sure a scarecrow has never harmed a crow. Think about it. I mean, has that ever happened where a scarecrow has harmed a crow? I mean, we obviously know that would be impossible because realistically, scarecrows are not real. We know that for a fact. However, the crows basically think that there really is fear. There's really dangerous out there. I mean, there's so much that the crow is afraid of that doesn't go down, where they seize the crow. The crow is basically so scared when it sees a scarecrow, and it certainly is an opportunity for the crow, because when it sees a scarecrow, I mean, there's probably a vegetable patch of cornfield or whatever of nourishment for that crow that needs it. However, when the crow sees a scarecrow, it's that fear that is eradicated in its mind. So all I'm trying to say over here is we also have fear, and we have placed scarecrows in our life. Scarecrow basically, which some areas which it avoids us from doing certain things. For maybe it could be public speaking. It could be public speaking basically, and maybe just maybe anything that we are afraid of doing. On that's what's happening. This is what's happening basically. So I would certainly encourage you to remove those scarecrows that are in your lives that is stopping you from taking on the challenges that you need to do and move on. So realistically, fear. And one thing that I also learned, fear is something that I've identified. It's realistically saying false evidence appearing real. What is that? Well, basically, it's realistically, imagine fear has its own negative consequences. False evidence appearing real is basically it will shut you down, stop us from performing, stop us from doing our best ability of doing things. Fear is inhibit our ability to move forward and grow as an individual, inhibit our ability to grow and to improve our lives, personal lives, and the lives of others that are important to us at the end of the day, our family, our children, whoever it might be, basically, that's really impacting our lives. And if we don't remove that fear, or the analogy which I just used of the scarecrow, if we don't remove those scarecrow, it's basically the inability to move forward and personal growth. And also I find that it hinders the process of expanding our comfort zone. I've also been in, we all, I would say, have been in certain comfort zone that we want to stay in that and don't want to grow or just be where we are. But I am going to encourage you all I personally got out of my comfort zone. I've removed those barriers of fear, false evidence appearing real. Remove those walls, remove those opportunities, and gone after opportunities which really presented a lot of value for myself, a lot of my realtors, a lot of my families at the same time. So realistically, remove those barriers, remove those fear, and see how that impacts you. I would encourage you maybe also, if you want, you should identify what's holding you back. I mean, ask the question to yourself, what is it that's really holding you back in this fear? Sometimes it might be public speaking. It might be saying that, how can I stand in front of, I don't know, a room full of people and all eyes on me? Because public speaking may be one of those eyes looking at you could be like a scarecrow that crow has of not being able to do, because I believe public speaking is a great opportunity to have to improve in any career, personal life, personal development, speaking career, because I believe there's certainly a lot of opportunity. So if you have that, maybe that's one thing that you need to do. Also, very interesting, when I was reading a book, I heard about removing barriers, is Eleanor Roosevelt said it very well. She actually said that do one thing every day that scares you. Let me say this again. Do one thing every day that scares you. And this is something that Eleanor Roosevelt said, and I'm certainly pondering on upon myself, like, wow, if I could take on a task myself, like, what is it that scares me? I don't know, maybe playing sports, maybe mountain climbing, anything, you know what I mean? Something that I'm really not good at it. Maybe take on a challenge, sports, individual, as I mentioned, public speaking, whatever it might be. Think about it. If we as individuals do one thing every day that scares us, you know what, and take upon that challenge, I think as an individual, we can certainly grow and really eradicate the scarecrow that we have in our life, because that scarecrow is that fear that we've had. Some areas that we're avoiding, but I can certainly see that if we take on something that we're afraid of, any challenge every single day, our business will improve, our personal life will improve, probably even our relationship, I believe, will certainly improve, because maybe there's someone that we haven't spoken in weeks, months, probably years. Why? Because we're just afraid to pick up the phone to call that particular individual, to maybe apologize something that has happened. Because I believe that is so important. A relationship, so important. Business relationship, personal relationship, relationship with our family, relationship with our children. You may have had that breakdown, that barrier, that communication barrier that we've had, even with our children. If anybody's listening to this, I encourage you to maybe pick up the phone. Maybe you haven't spoken to your parents because something had happened over the years, and that communication barrier has broken with your parents, and you've always had that fear to pick up the phone to call your mom, your dad, maybe your children. Eradicate that scarecrow in your life. Put that barrier down. Put that wall down. And I encourage you, certainly encourage you, because that fear that's holding you back from doing something, break that wall. Break that wall. Break that wall, because everything you want is on the other side of fear. Very well said by Jack Canfield. Everything we want, anything we want, is basically right there. Because I believe if you break that wall down, there certainly is opportunities out there. You may say to yourself, it's like, All I need to do is just take that wall down. And, lots of things can be on the other side. And yes, it definitely can be on that side. But if you don't break that wall down, if you don't get rid of that false evidence appearing real, you're never going to see the real joy of life. You're never going to see the light on the other side of the tunnel, the other side of the wall, because fear feels real, which of course makes it in your real mind think that I can't do this, even though you're trying to avoid or deviate yourself from this danger. It's just something outside of your comfort zone, but I encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. Something you haven't yet been able to do. Get out of that inner circle and get out there and do something that you don't really understand, or take on that challenge. Whatever it is, do something it is. And you'll see there's great opportunities out there. There's lots of things that can be done, personal life, or maybe you'll be able to live the good life, the life that is full of nourishment for your business, relationship, your individual at the same time, because good things are always on the other side of the wall. Like they say, a scarecrow has never harmed a crow. We know that because scarecrows are not real. But I believe we've put scarecrows. So the point really is they feel real to the crows, and that's the same thing that matters to us, that we don't want to do this. So let's take on some challenges today, ladies and gentlemen. If you listen to this audio, face the challenge. Get out there. Break down that barrier. Break down that wall. Because if you put some scarecrows in your life, get rid of those scarecrows. And go out there. Go forward towards your goals, whatever it is. Because as they say, the grass is certainly greener on this side of the fence. If you really break down the walls and the barriers, eliminate anything, any fears you have. Because if you certainly encounter the goodness, a lot of great things can come up. Like I say, you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Take on that new challenge. Take on that new opportunity, whatever it is, because you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. So whatever it takes, ladies and gentlemen, eradicate that scarecrow, break down the walls, remove fear, because I believe fear in any relationship, fear of not building your business can hold people back from their full potential. Don't believe what your eyes are telling you, ladies and gentlemen. All they see is the limitations, and that's what fear is telling you. Look through and understand that if you can find opportunities, go out there, find opportunities. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to go and purchase my book. That will be online on May the 10th, and come out there to my book launch that's taking place on Saturday, May 28th. Once again, this is Sabbir Chawala. Appreciate and hope you can certainly support me for my book launch, and hope you'll enjoy my chapter. And I have one of my only male chapters. I'm so excited to share my stories and how the woman in my life has empowered me to succeed and remove some of the fears. And I hope you enjoy this. Once again, this is Sabbir Chawala. Hope you have an awesome day. Thank you very much.